Hi, I'm Dennis Rodkin. I write the Deal Estate column in Chicago Magazine, and this is DEQs, where I answer readers' real estate questions. Veronica in the West Loop asks, my fiance and I are starting to shop for a home to buy, so we've started looking online for what's available in our price range and the neighborhoods we like. But there are so many websites out there. Is there just one that you think we should use, or are they all just about the same thing? I agree that it can be very overwhelming because there are an awful lot of real estate sites. The great thing about having them is that you can do a whole lot of the shopping in the comfort of your own home rather than the old days when you'd have to drive around with a real estate agent, eliminating a lot of properties to winnow it down to the kind of thing that appealed to you. However, because there are so many sites, now you sort of have to winnow down the sites as opposed to winnowing down the properties. You've got Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, BairdandWarner.com, Coldwell Banker. There are so many others. And the shortest answer I have is no one site has everything. It's good to use a few. Your question came in just as a new study came out. It was commissioned by Redfin, and that's relevant as we go forward. But what it did is look at real estate sites in 11 major U.S. markets, including Chicago. It refers to brokerage sites like BairdandWarner.com or Coldwell Banker and versus portal sites like Zillow and Trulia. The study said that homes show up on brokerage sites 7 to 9 days faster. Now that matters if you want to see the newest listings first, especially in a neighborhood where supply has been dropping. Something like Baird & Warner or Redfin is going to get you the new homes that are on the market that much faster, give you that edge. And Redfin specifically points out in relation to this study that there's no lag between Chicago homes going on the MLS and showing up on their site. The same would be true for Baird & Warner and Coldwell Banker. When the agent puts it in the listing system, it should show up on the site almost right away. Realtor.com says that it updates listings every 15 minutes, while most of the large portal sites update every 24 hours. You get an edge, you get them faster. Another thing that was in this study was the question of how many homes listed by agents actually show up on the site. And for Chicago, 100% of agent-listed homes showed up on Redfin, only 84% showed up on Trulia, and 75% on Zillow. Now keep in mind that this study was commissioned by Redfin, but what it suggests is that if you want to see everything on the MLS, or what we call MRED in the Chicago area, you might need to be using a brokerage site as opposed to a portal site. However, when you use the portal sites, the Zillows and the Trulias, you're more likely to get all the new construction, all the for sale by owner homes, all the foreclosures. On foreclosures, it's a little bit different. They used to not be carried by mainstream real estate brokers. Many of them now are. So foreclosure listings are a little more likely to show up, but you're still going to have the lack of for sale by owner and much of the new construction. The other thing to think about is the Zestimate that Zillow gives, the Z estimate or the Zestimate. Critics have called that weak over the years, and it got a lot of very bad press for a while. But last year, Zillow changed the algorithm, and those estimates are much more accurate than they used to be. Now, I'm not stating a preference for any one site in particular. I use all of them in the course of my work. But one thing that I think a home shopper should think about is some of these sites provide past sale information. They'll tell you what the house sold for a number of years ago, when it was listed, when the price has been cut, and by how much. And what that can help you with is give you an idea how in tune with the current market a seller is. How long have they been trying to get this thing sold? Did they start out with an unrealistic price? Are they perhaps now still at an unrealistic price level? That's the kind of thing you can get on Zillow and Redfin, but you can't get on some sites like Baird & Warner, Coldwell Banker, or Realtor.com. Realtor.com, in fact, touts the fact that it doesn't give that kind of information. Agents would back them up in the claim that an estimate from Zillow or Redfin data can be a distraction. It can confuse buyers about where the home is now in terms of value. It can upset sellers who don't want that information released. It suggests in a way that the data alone knows what the house is worth. That would be what people who don't provide that data claim. And agents argue as well that fine points like specific niceties of the house or changing school boundaries get overlooked when you're just looking for that bargain number, when you're focused too much on price. So no matter what site you use, and I've suggested you should use several, not just one, you're still going to need that in-person observation of the property. Thanks for your question. Send me more at dennis@rodkin.com.